Facebook is on. Facebook's on, say hi.
Hi.
Hi. What are we cooking, Grayson?
We are cooking chicken.
No. We're cooking a mac and cheese, guys. So, welcome. We are tonight doing a low-carb mac and cheese. So, first things first, I've already done this, but he has just joined me. So, first thing is washing your hands. Super important. Turn your oven on. Warm the oven up. I have done a few shortcut tricks. Just reach over. I've done a couple of shortcut tricks tonight to make this not drag on for hours upon hours. So if you're doing it live, which I know a few people wanted to with me, then it may take you a little bit longer. If you are not doing it live with us, then sweet as. So, a few tips to go for first. So, what I've already done is I have partly boiled the cauliflower. Woo! Smoking! So I'm just going to drain that off. So obviously our main substitute... I see dead people. Our main substitute for our pasta is going to be cauliflower. This is a big steaming bowl of cauliflower. So I cut the cauliflower up into small chunks and I just partly boil it so it becomes soft. It's not fully cooked just yet. Then what I've also done is I like to make my mac and cheese more substantial than just mac and cheese. So I have already fried off some chicken breast and coconut oil, so just a whole lot of chicken, browned it off, and I'm going to add that into my mac and cheese, so I guess it's a chicken mac and cheese. So they're the things that I've sort of fast-tracked towards tonight. I've also already prepped some, chopped up some, what's this?
Ham.
Nope, bacon. So already chopped up some bacon, some mushrooms and green onions.
Hey, I was going to say that.
Oh, sorry. Green onions for us because I find that regular onions I really react to. Not good for anybody. So I use green onions. So basically I'll take you over with me. This is the part that Grayson is all excited for because he wants to do this part. So, Grayson, you want to pull your chair over? Don't worry about it, mate. So basically all we're going to do now is we're going to render off the bacon. We're going to cook the bacon off to get a whole lot of fats going. I haven't added any oils into that. I just want to render off the bacon. So, Grayson, yes, come on over. So basically, pan is nice and hot. We're just cooking down the bacon. Probably a little bit hot. What I'm going to do is, with the chicken that I prepared earlier, we don't have a massive baking tray in our house, so I just use these little glass bowls. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the chicken in as sort of like a, it's pretty hot, mate, just as a base. So I'm just putting that in these dishes, spreading it around. Cook the chicken in coconut oil, so there is extra oil in that. I'm going to put that coconut oil in with the bacon, just to start rendering that off more so. Give it a stir, Grayson. Good, buddy. So what's happening is the bacon is sweating off all those fats, or heating up all those fats, separating the fat from the meat. And what else it's also doing is browning and cooking the bacon, obviously. Super high technical cooking terminology right there. Not at all. Don't really know anything to do with cooking at all. But I know a whole lot of people that are into keto. So I thought we would share another keto recipe. So that's browning off quite nicely. We're getting a whole lot of good fats in there as well. I'm now going to add in the mushrooms. So you want to tip those in, push those in. Don't touch the pot because it's hot. Good. Just the mushrooms. Going to brown off the mushrooms with the bacon now. That's right, that's plenty. Good. Stir it up. So this little fella loves cooking as well, so, you know, get the kids involved. Teach them from the word go. Great job there, buddy. So just browning the mushrooms, getting them all covered in that nice greasy bacon fat. What we're also going to do now is we're going to get the cauliflower in there and just saute it up a little bit with everything. You can stir it in, I'll add it, and you stir it in. Right, stir that all around for me, Chan. Good boy, that's fine. That'll take over. Good boy. Who's watching? I can't see any names up there, so if you're watching, say hi. Oh, you're watching them. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to start making the roux. I think it's called a roux, a cheese sauce. So super simple, super keto version here. What we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to add in a whole lot of cream. I use as thick a cream as I possibly can. So you're going to put a whole lot of cream in there. Probably not going to fill it all the way up to the top. What else are we going to add? We're going to add in some... Got some mozzarella cheese just hanging about. So I'm going to add in the mozzarella cheese.
I'm going to stir it.
You're going to stir it. So we're adding in mozzarella cheese. What I'm utilising right now, guys, is actually just a whole lot of different cheeses that we have in our house as leftovers. Just wait until I add all this in, okay? Thanks, mate. I'm adding in cream cheese, which I notice this is a full one, and I am pretty sure that if I go into the fridge, we already... No, we don't have any open ones. Okay, so we're going to add in a whole load of cream cheese. So what the cream cheese, the cheese and all that does is it just helps to thicken up our roux. So we're going to add that in there, mate. Once again, I am the cook that doesn't really use many measurements. I've done this a fair few times now that I sort of know what I'm doing, so I'm not really... There's no right, there's no wrong. You can't have too much of the cheeses. Can I just take over there for a second for you, mate? Thanks. Have that on a full heat. We are going to add, probably not going to add in salt because there's lots of salt from the bacon. I can add salt later on. I know that I'm going to want some pepper in there. So I'm going to add a whole lot of pepper because we love pepper. All the cheeses are sort of starting to melt down now. Hang on, let me do it, champ. I know you love it, don't you?
Yeah.
Good. So the cheeses, you can see, are starting to melt down there. The mozzarella, the cream cheese. What we're going to do is we're just going to let that sit boiling away. I found this cheese in our fridge that I know has been sitting there for a while. We haven't used it yet. It is still good for just under another month. Cracked barrel garlic and herb feta cheese. So we're actually going to add some of that in. And that's going to be like our seasoning as well, right? Because it's got some herbs and whatnot in there as well. So we're going to get that in there. Obviously, it's just like... No, just leave it at the moment. Just like the other cheeses, it's going to melt down. It's going to help get everything nice and sticky and gooey. It's really boiling away and starting to thicken up. Hang on, I just want to get it all down there first, just so when you stir it, you don't make a big mess for Dada, okay? Good. As Grayson stirs that, I'm going to add the green onions now. What I love about the green onions compared to the white onions is it's just going to add it a little bit of colour as well. Not that colour means a whole lot when it comes to taste, but from my years of watching cooking shows, you got to, whoa, you're making a mess there, bud. You got to have some colour in there, right? Colour is super important. That's actually thickening up really, really lovely. You guys will see it more so when I pour it into the dishes. Okay, I just want to let that sit there for a little bit now, Grayson, if that's all right. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to prepare ourselves.
I'm watching on it.
You're watching?
Can I do the cheese too?
Not just yet. I'm just getting it ready. Good boy. So, for everybody down in the southern hemisphere, before I show you this, don't freak out. It is not off, it is not mouldy. Cheese in this country is orange. So we've got some orange cheese ready just to sort of, oh, that's really nice and thick now. We've got it. Smell it? How does it smell?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, baby. So what we're going to do is we're just going to finish it off with some cheese on the top to brown it all off. If you wanted to, I did think about it this afternoon, getting some pork rind, crackling in my country, and sprinkling that on the top to brown off as well. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn that off. I am first of all going to, how can I do this so you guys can see it a little bit better? Grayson, if I put this over here, can I shift you just along a little bit? Thank you, champ. So maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. It's all right. I'll show you in a shortly. So basically all I'm doing is just making sure I get a bit of an even distribution of cauliflower, bacon, mushrooms, onions, and just spreading it out, right? I've got two, so we might eat one tonight, we might, I don't know, freeze another one or eat it over the coming days. Just going to see how this goes. Yeah, that's not going to work like that, because if I pour it all out in one go, you know what's going to happen? It's you. You know what happens, Grayson? We lose all the juices into one pot. So we don't want to do that, do we? No. So I am going to spread this one out. Lots of bacon at the bottom there, that's good. Spread it out just a little bit more. I reckon that, and because the cauliflower is nice and soft, like you can just break it up a little bit to spread it out a bit more. I just put a little bit more in that one. Watch out, mate, don't make a mess. Righty ho, get rid of these.
Yeah.
Get rid of those over here. We can spread, like, this is all the cheesy sauce now, guys. I'm just pouring it over the dish. Now, one thing that's really important, well, it's not really important, but is worthwhile to say, is it doesn't have to be covering everything. The thing with this cheese sauce, because you don't have like a binding agent, it's not going to be super, super, super thick. So it doesn't really, and because it's so high in fats and calories, it doesn't have to be covering it all. Yeah, man, that's pretty good. So I'm just going to shimmy that off a little bit. Shimmy that off a little bit. I might, put those side by side each other. I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like. Can you flip this around? So far that's what it looks like. It looks a bit of like a chowdery soup, I suppose, almost. So you can see in there, it's all cheesy, sticky sauce. Bacons, mushrooms, green onions. The chicken is in the bottom, so we have a little bit of added extra protein there. We'll flip you back around. I am going to grate some cheese over the top. So this is just cheddar cheese. It's going to brown off really nicely. The oven is all hot, good to go. Like I did my fat head pizza there the other day. I will post some pictures of our finished product. Yeah, if you have any questions, sing out. If you want any recipes, go on the internet and use Dr. Google. There's no excuses for eating processed, refined, or processed carbohydrates, pastas and all that. Every now and again, there's nothing wrong with a bit of pasta. I'm a full believer in that. I got my keto down pat that I know how to jump back into ketosis pretty fast. I actually cycle some carbohydrates every now and again to replenish my my glucose levels because of my CrossFit. But nah, that's it, mate. Let's show the people. So pre-oven, that's what it looks like. Not super thick. You can see there's still cauliflower hanging out of the top. It's not fully covered. Any questions? Sing out. Any questions about keto diets? Anything like that? Sing out. I'm going to chuck it in the oven now. How long do I cook it for? I don't know. Till it looks cooked. Till it looks brown. Till it looks yummy. And then I'll take some photos and I'll post them and enjoy eating it later as well. Woo! Have an awesome night, people. Let's have a word to Grayson. What do you say to everybody?
Bye.
You tell everyone it's snowing today and you played in the snow?
Snowy and played in the snow.
Yeah. Do we love the snow?
No.
No. Okay, bye-bye, people.